I'm Bill Van Gelder, traffic engineer for the City of Seattle. I'd like to tell you what we're doing in Seattle in the area of neighborhood transportation planning. The program of active citizen involvement in the neighborhood planning process is to go to the people, to listen to their problems, discuss the issues involved, and to resolve these problems through mutual effort. A major concern of any policymaker in city government is to determine what is really the will of the people. In these days of increasing public awareness and desire for preserving our environment, it is more important than ever that people become involved in the decision-making process. In 1968, the forward thrust bond issue was passed to assist in upgrading certain neighborhoods. Federal assistance programs expanded this effort. The planning for the use of these funds is being done by the citizens in the designated neighborhoods with the help of city staff. From this wide range of community contacts, we have been provided valuable information regarding public feelings on various problems. Residents begin considering street use as something other than a roadway. For example, parks, safety walks, play areas. Another consideration was traffic control. Our community involvement begins as an appointed city representative responds to a call from a citizen or citizen group in an area of concern. Contact is made with the community council, and meetings are scheduled within the community at the convenience of the people. These community councils are assisted by the Department of Community Development and the Engineering Department's traffic and transportation planners to secure local input into the city's planning process. The city's public representatives listen to the people. They present general guidelines indicating limits of action and general design. They provide technical guidance and become a channel of communications with City Hall. Various citizen solutions are reviewed by the city staff, and proposals for development are discussed. Notices of meetings regarding the subject to be discussed are delivered to all residences in the area affected. Following the general meeting, another notice is delivered which describes the results of the meeting and the course of action being taken. The notice also carries a written invitation to respond and become involved in the program and the next meeting. This is a typical grid street system with streets generally running north-south and east-west. This open grid system contributes to a higher vehicular volume and therefore to a higher accident rate. The benefits of a limited or discontinuous street system are evident when one compares the level of traffic flow and the accident patterns. The accident rate for the open grid system is 6 times greater than of the non-grid street system. When one considers that the highest pedestrian accident rate is on the neighborhood access streets, and the highest involvement rate is with those under 14 years of age, the importance of traffic control in residential areas becomes more evident. There are a variety of methods for breaking up undesirable traffic patterns: blocked parks, cul-de-sacs, intersection diverters, and one-way traffic patterns. It only remains for the people to decide how they want their neighborhood streets to function and how they want to use those street portions taken from the automobile. Each method is designed to eliminate or reduce through vehicular traffic in a residential or high pedestrian activity area. The results of less vehicular traffic are fewer accidents, less threat of hazard to life and limb, less noise, less air pollution, more open space, more separation of people and machines. In general, a more enjoyable environment. One effective device, the traffic diverter, is a barrier constructed diagonally across an intersection. This installation can be expanded to provide a system of continuous safety walks to connect people-oriented areas as well as to divert traffic. This technique is used in many major cities, including Berkeley, Minneapolis, and St. Louis. The concept of altering streets to accomplish more desirable land use and traffic control was still in the experimental stage when it first received favorable reaction. Many inquiries were made by neighborhood groups regarding application to their particular situations. This is the first permanent installation designed to provide safe passage for pedestrians between a school and an adjacent playground. Here is a neighborhood area where a complete system has been installed for traffic control. It is a 12-square block area of typical open grid street system surrounded by arterials. Motorists living in or beyond the area use neighborhood streets rather than the arterials. The resulting volumes of traffic through the neighborhood creates more accidents on streets designed to function only as local access. People living in the area complained to the engineering department about the number and speed of cars. A survey by the traffic division confirmed the citizen complaints. Through traffic had indeed reached a dangerously high rate, while the adjacent arterials were operating well below their capacities. Through a willingness of the residents to try something different, a demonstration program was begun. Temporary controls were installed. During the demonstration period of 1 year, traffic volume counts were taken at different time intervals. Results of this survey revealed that the north-south volumes were reduced to approximately 1/2 of the pre-demonstration volumes. The east-west volumes were reduced 3/4. Traffic volume on the adjacent arterials did not, however, increase by this magnitude, which showed that there was a major route change away from the neighborhood for many trips. Not one accident was known to have occurred during that 1-year test period, although the accident rate for previous years showed that 12 accidents could have been expected, 6 of those involving injury or death. Another effective method to break up an open grid system is the use of cul-de-sacs. This is accomplished by blocking one end of the street and constructing a turnaround. It may be a simple guardrail. The residents requested this cul-de-sac when street development began to open up new areas and threaten the peace and quiet to which they were accustomed. At another location, an arterial intersection was scheduled for improvement, including the installation of traffic signals. This is one of those problem intersections where 5 streets converge. Because one street was not an essential part of the intersection operation, and because the residents of this street were desirous of blocking off the connection with the intersection, it was redesigned to create a standard cross-type intersection for the arterial. A cul-de-sac was constructed to block the remaining street, creating a quiet, safe residential neighborhood. Another response to community requests was at this recreational center located in a residential neighborhood. Moving traffic and parking demands created by the center were a source of irritation to the adjacent residents. The streets were redesigned to provide maximum separation and traffic control for both residential and center users. The volume of east-west traffic on the streets serving the south side of the recreation center was diminished by the construction of a cul-de-sac at the southeast corner and converting the streets on the north and south sides to a one-way traffic pattern. Angle parking was provided adjacent to the street. A median barrier was constructed to separate the parking area from the residents. Landscaping with plants and trees converted the area into a much more attractive place to live. The improvement was welcomed by the residents, who had an important part in deciding the design of the project. The foregoing is a sample of what can be done under our neighborhood transportation planning program. More and more people of Seattle are taking an active part in neighborhood transportation planning. These are people who have never before been actively involved in public issues. The results are a better informed public, better communications with city officials, and improvement programs that more closely relate to the needs of the people. I hope that this film has answered some questions you may have had. It's been a pleasure to involve you in a public planning program.